from the first session. Now the experts will ask some questions to the people who presented the project. You can go into more detail. We will have it the same time as in the morning. In totally, we'll have about 5 minutes answering time, and I will be controlling this. Please refer to the candidates and ask their questions.
Okay, again, from the right to the left, okay? So the first question to the last presentation. First question to the last presentation.
Okay.
Could you please define the major interested beneficiary parties who would be supporting your project, to whom you are going to work?
Who we should ask for, who would like to support our project, yeah? Okay. Like, first of all, we would like to ask for help, not the government, not some organization, but young people themselves who understand the current economic situation, okay? Like, not to go to the government, but ask for help, students, like people who want to support the country. And also, of course, we would like to ask the government for help, universities, some organizations which are doing their like business in the sphere of youth employment. Also, some film studios which can help us to make these videos.
Yeah, let me first of all, again, like already this morning, say that we really appreciate all the effort that you have put in. I think you can really see how much energy and ideas you have put into all these projects, and it's really interesting to see all these different initiatives. My question to the last presenter would be, what exactly do you have in mind when you say that you want to actually help policymakers in Spain or maybe in Catalonia to implement alternative policies? I mean, do you believe that there's not already going on a lot of discussions? I mean, just from my experience, I can tell you that a lot of international comparison, for instance, is done at various levels in Spain, and we have interaction with them regularly. The problem is it's not so much the economic intelligence. The problem is really about the implementation. How you are going to do in order to help governments to implement these reforms.
Like what we should do to make the government implement these ideas? Yeah, I'm correct. Yeah. First of all, we would like to realize our main idea with the videos, like to create a channel on YouTube with interviews of other students, like employees and employers, who will share their ideas, their successful or maybe not successful experience. And if this helps, if this idea works, we hope that the government will notice that this idea is working, and that they will consider our ideas. So we are not going to like ask the government first of all. First of all, we would like to implement the idea with videos, and if this works, we will ask the government, like, we have experience, we can prove that this idea works, and like we ask you to implement these laws aimed at economic situation.
Yeah, my point is that they actually know already. I tell you they know. I mean, that's 100% sure they know exactly what they have to do. The problem is not so much that I don't know. The problem is how to actually implement this. Huh? And I mean, actually related to that would be, why didn't you produce a video? I mean, why didn't you show us a video what you have in mind? That would be much more striking. I tell you, it's a low-cost activity. We have in Germany, just to give you an example, there's a YouTuber who has opened his own YouTube channel, I don't know, 2-3 years back. He is a star now in Germany, and he has actually managed to interview Angela Merkel recently. Yeah? So just because of doing his YouTubes from his own bedroom almost, he posts things like he presents advocacy of certain ideas, reforms, etc. what you want. And I think that would have been a striking example if you had given us that, rather than just telling us how you want to do it. Because I tell you, these people in Spain, and even if you go here to the regional, local level, they know. Unfortunately, Senor Rojo, he left already, but he would have confirmed that.
Okay. So we are sure that there are a lot of people who study like humanities in the sphere of linguistics, philosophy, who are not sure what they are going to do after their studies. Like a lot of people believe that they can only go and work like teachers, but we want to show them that they can work in different spheres because their skills can be useful for different activities. And these videos are going to encourage them. This is like the main part of the project.
I have a question as well to David. This is your colleague, and excuse me, could you?
Eduard.
Eduard, could you please tell us what are the strongest and weaknesses of your project in your mind? You already mentioned it in the slide, but it was so fast, so I do not remember it. So could you tell, please, what are the strongest and the weaknesses sides of your project?
Okay, maybe I can just read it because I have the complete version of SWOT analysis here.
In your mind, just few of them.
Okay, so this idea is really multi-pronged, so it aims at a lot of spheres. That's why the SWOT analysis is very huge. But if we briefly discuss it, it's first of all, I believe that in the sphere of economic solutions, it's like the most important maybe part would be to provide students in schools, not in universities, but we are beginning with the students who study in schools, who will acquire practical experience during their education in school. So after school, they already have experience, and they can actually go and work in some companies, and this will reduce youth unemployment. This is like one of the strong parts. I can mention more, like of course more employment opportunities for graduate students, or like youth participation in job rotation and others. As for opportunities, I can mention that we see the interest of the government to reduce youth unemployment, and there can also be developed a program in a short training in professions that can be mastered remotely. Yeah, and weak parts of the project can be like, I already mentioned it, like lack of motivations of students to acquire experience during their school education, or their reluctance to acquire the skills on second working specialty. And also the government will need additional funding to provide to implement all these like ideas, our proposals. As for threats, like of course we need the changes in the school and higher education, and change labor and pension legislation. Also, we see the lack of training and production production enterprises who to undergo production in small towns, like when they have no experience, but when they should implement this law. So it's also one of the threats. Did I ask you a question?
More or less, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Thanks a lot for this intense questioning of the multi-pronged strategy. I would propose that we move to the next speaker, the next project.
Christina, this is not a question, just for knowledge. You are living in Yerevan or where?
I'm living in Yerevan. In Yerevan.
Okay. So, having some humble knowledge of the situation in Armenia, I would like to ask you not easy question. Actually, we observe a very serious decline in the economy of Armenia, since 4 years, I suppose. And from this point of view, the major question, I like the idea on the first place, but the major question is, with this very limited amount of the companies which are showing, you know, the rise, the development, to whom you already addressed in terms to bring together the demand and the proposal, as you put it forward?
Actually, as the solid research hasn't done yet, I can only answer based on my own experience. Of course, it's not so solid; it's a little one. But I know lots of people graduated from humanities. This is a supply side, yes, who cannot find a job. At the same time, I see so many job vacancies in the job portals. They trying to find the skills which are not taught in any university in Armenia, except for several places. I will mention them. At the same time, I have acquaintances in entrepreneurship. I mean, my friends, it's people who are entrepreneurs, and I always hear these complaints for them that we can't find. There is so much unemployment in Armenia, but we can't find someone to work for us. Actually, I graduated my bachelor degree from Russian Armenian University in Armenia. And as any state university, it gave me a solid knowledge, theoretical knowledge in my field. But then now I'm mastering in American University of Armenia, which is known to be the best in terms of it makes students competitive in the market. So after the year of studying there, I understood why it's famous for this phrase, yes, because now I saw that I have the skills which really made me competitive. I mean, that's where from the idea came from my mind. Seeing all those bachelor graduated from state universities, I see that they're like really uncompetitive, and I would like to make as more people competitive in the market as possible. If universities can't do that, we can create some separate entity when students and graduated already, also studying current students, would feel that they can go there and obtain some practical knowledge, like skills.
Yeah, I think I had a similar concern to Vladimir in the sense that on the one hand you certainly identify probably one of the problems that you have in Armenia, but on the other hand it's not entirely clear how you want to address this sustainably. I mean, is it you personally who want to do this job counseling and preparing the young people to these skills, or do you have any people in mind that you want to collaborate with that will do this teaching? I mean, it's not entirely clear to me, and I think it would be good if you can give us some more details on the activities that you planned.
Yes. I think in order to make it more realistic, we can start from the little steps. For example, we can select 15 or 20 students from different universities. At the same time, we can negotiate with several employers who can who need these skilled workers, and who can then take them on the temporary basis for volunteer work. When we find out the skills required, we can teach those 15 or 20 students and then make them this opportunity to practice their skills. When they got this opportunity, maybe they will become employees in the same companies, but if not, anyway, they will already become more competitive in the market.
Sorry, one simple question. Are you sure that the vacancies that you have identified...
what exists?
That the vacancies that you have identified, are you sure that these really exist, that these are vacancies that companies want to fill? Because, I mean, a lot of companies just test the market a bit and see what kind of candidates potentially they can get, put out job ads and see what kind of CVs they get in, but they're actually not interested in hiring at all.
In hiring them?
Yeah.
No, No, I guess we should concentrate only on those who are interested. That's why I didn't elaborate on the evaluation and selection tool. But this is the selection tool is targeted mainly on employers. For example, if I'm employer, I can visit the website. Indicate there the skills which I need for my vacant position, and then I will get from the database only like 10 or 20, it doesn't matter, like the most matching CVs for the vacant position that he has. With this, the employer would save lots of resources, as financial and time resources, and I think this is mainly the mechanism which will help us to target on potential real, real employers, not all of them.
Kristina, could you tell me what is the approximately budget of your project?
This is if we take for 6 months, it's quite big because as I calculated all capital expenditures and operational ones, for capital expenditures, this is something about, I don't remember the exact figures, but something about $8,000 if we take for middle, not very small, but not very big company, yes. And for the operational ones for 1 month, it was about normally the same, about 5,000 or maybe 8. I don't remember for sure.
I have a question, one more, if I may. If let's imagine today's become like bad luck and you do not have a grant from the youth time, are you going to find some? Will you try to find some extra opportunities, extra support to realize your project somewhere else?
Yeah. Actually, I have to say that this is not the case that I saw your deadline and I invited some project to meet, to come here. Actually, I had it in my mind and as an idea which was not yet so developed, but youth time, your opportunity helped me to develop it deeper in order to present it today. But I would say that I'm so excited with it. I mean, I'm convinced that it can bring a positive change and it can really contribute to the reduction of the unemployment, at least for some part from some section of the youth. That's why I already identified several other places which I'm going to also present, yes, not send my proposal. I can say for sure that I will not stop on this.
Thank you very much, Kristina, for this positive statement that you're willing to bring your project to rise. The next speaker will be actually Hitlancer, Goran. Please, the questions for Goran.
Oh, well, judging by your presentation, you already have created, the platform, project, whatsoever. So you are working already. What were the results? For how long you are staying on the market? And what are the results, of course, in those limitations you mentioned?
Since 25th of February 2015, we are existing 7 months. We have 930 profiles created on this platform. 27% of the profiles are creators of the projects. We have 5 successful matchings. These are the results. So,
because you already have some results to fill, the next question is, why so high demand for additional funds?
We want to establish the platform internationally, and we want to do a specific functionalities that would be, it wouldn't be free of charge. They will be paid.
Yes, that is understandable. but why so expensive? You know, I'm not a specialist in programming, for example. Maybe the programmers are so expensive that it is unbelievable because, you know, judging by the sum, you know, I hardly can understand why. So explain to me as non-professional in this field.
Okay. We have outsourcing. We are outsourcing front-end and designers from programmers. We have back-end programmer in the team. So for designing mobile applications, so this is going to the front-end, designing for front-end development, designing the mobile application, for designing additional features, for redesigning of the platform, existing platform, and for front-end development of the new features of the platform. That's are the costs that bring up the budget so high. So more than 35% of the budgets are for the technical upgrade, including the mobile application. The rest are for marketing, operational costs, and...
Just one question, are you actually using your own platform to outsource these tasks? Are you using your own platform for that?
Our platform to
Yes.
outsource front-end developers
Yes.
and designers.
Yeah,
Yes.
do you do that?
Yes.
Okay. And how successful has it been? I mean, you said you have 5 matches in total. I mean, it doesn't sound like a lot.
Okay.
No, I don't know. I mean, I'm asking. Have you been successful in outsourcing your own tasks to somebody on site?
I don't understand how. What?
No. The question is, you have a platform, a crowdsourcing platform to match freelancers and
Okay.
creators, if you want.
Okay,
You could
yes.
use your own platform to develop, for instance, applications. Have you
Yes.
done that?
So far, we were doing offline before. When we were building the platform, we started offline because we don't have we didn't use the existing platforms globally to find freelancers to develop the platform. So we're using offline freelancers.
Okay, just one before. I mean, I had some more questions on that. I would actually want to say congratulate you on the presentation. That was really superb effort. I mean, honestly, both of you perfectly synchronized. I mean, great stuff. I think we should see more of this type of presentations. Huh? I have a question in terms of sustainability. You know that this field that you're trying to head in is very crowded, and you have big players like Amazon, Mturk. You know that, and the question is, to what extent do you think that you can compete, and what is your competitive edge if you want to compete in this international field?
So in the future period, we want to focus on the content writers field. So this for blogging, for writing contents for like Forbes, Huffington Post. So this kind. To at the beginning to have all of the freelancers in this field on our platform, and in the future only the top 20 freelancers. So we will do, as we are developing, we will reduce the freelancers that are part of the platform. So we will be like top service of in the field of content development.
Yes, I also have questions, some practical one. What does mean in your mind operational costs?
Excuse me? Operational
What
costs.
is it operational costs in your project?
Okay, cost for human resource, for
Could you in details, please, like human resource?
yeah, okay.
So
This
what
person
kind
will
of
be
human resource do
yeah.
you need?
This person will do the communication between the freelancer. So we want to implement a human factor in collaboration between the freelancer and project creator. So that means this person will be his task will be to communicate with these two sides and to improve the collaboration between those two sides. So one person, and one person will be for business communication and marketing. This person will go to find the clients and to market to promote the platform.
So this person going to find the clients, that means that these clients have to pay, yes?
Points
to
for
be, yeah,
posting a project.
Yeah, to post on the
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much for getting more into detail into HitLancer. Now we're looking more at the social hub with Chiara Caridi. Your questions, please.
Listen, I suppose already, you know, the creators and the chargers are a little bit tight, so funny question. May I?
Yeah.
Okay. What audience you are targeting? Only male or what? Why only females are the members of the team?
Well, this morning you spoke a lot about males, so maybe just to compensate that. No, well, it's just by chance, really. I was working with these other friends of mine on this project for some time, and because we have different expertise and different experiences, we were trying to put all of them together, and that's what it came out. And the target is not just male, hopefully.
Yeah, I had some further question on this as well. The first one was actually that I picked up something different from the fact that you're all female. But what I was so worried about is that the team consists mostly of either language teachers or, I mean, you're an economist. I checked out your profile, and I mean, I can judge from what you have put on LinkedIn at least that yes, you're certainly a very good economist, but as I would consider myself also decently trained economist, I'm not sure whether I would be able to provide this type of services that you try to offer. So my question to you is what makes you or your colleagues particularly skilled to provide this, what you really want to target is jobs counseling, not so much language teaching. The other thing I was wondering is, and you mentioned it in passing in your presentation, you didn't really do a market analysis before you put this project together, did you? And the question is, why didn't you start with that rather than kind of putting a project together and hoping that somehow the market exists for it?
To the first question, well, I think we do have the skills and the expertise for that because, for example, from my side, I have, apart from the degree and the master's in economics, I also have experience in project coordination. So I did it in different countries, in different situations. At the moment, I'm also working to coordinate a project, which is actually quite similar to this. It's a project, again, for young people who are not in employment or education, same age range. So, yes, I believe we have the skills. In terms of the other people who would be involved in the project, not only they have language expertise, but all of us have some expertise in administration as well. Because, for example, Claudia, the English teacher, she has experience in the union sector, in workers' rights, but she's also worked for years as administrator in the charity sector. Marta has the same background as well, so she's worked as a facilitator, workshop facilitator, but she used to coordinate a project in another charity. So there are skills there.
Yeah, but I mean, in terms of job counseling, I mean, sometimes it really requires that you have a deep knowledge of the local labor market. And sometimes, I mean, you need to know, okay, what is this kind of profile that I have in front of me? How do I, what kind of orientation do I want to give this person? Some people are relatively easily oriented into certain things. Others, they need to really deep training and counseling. And then sometimes you need to pick up the phone and talk to a local employer and say, listen, I have this person here. I think from what I see on your activities, from what I heard from you earlier, you need to have a closer look at the CV. It's really about networking, and you have to have a good understanding. It's not about project management. I understand you have the skill, but it's really about understanding the local needs and having a good network of contacts in enterprises and with administration to actually be able to orient these young people into the right positions.
Yeah, Marta and Naina, they are both from Catalonia, and they have experience in this sector here. So that's why we chose this place as well. And about the counseling part, that's what I do now for my project back in Belfast. So again, like I believe we have those skills. What was your second question, sorry?
No, I mean, it's also related to the fact that you need to have this networking experience and skills.
I mean, for example, all the potential partners and funders are cooperatives or associations that we already know and that we are in contact with. For example, the one that will be providing the contacts with schools, it's a place where Marta, one of the people on the team, has worked with, and they agree to provide this linkage between us and the schools. So we check all these things. It's not just words.
So I have also two questions. First, the same like with Christina, what is your budget? And the second one, what is your personal motivation to do this project?
About the budget, I don't know if you have received the application form. Yes. So the budget for the first year will be 61,000 euros. Yeah, 61,585. We have the budget plan in the application form. If any of you wants to. Sorry.
How long the project going to be realized?
Well, the idea of the project is to continue after the first year, but in terms of budgeting, we just consider the first one, because after the first year, as I mentioned in the presentation, the idea is also to create services, bespoke services for enterprises. So like to provide English classes and training to firms, and they will be charged for that. So that will help us to be sustainable in the long run.
And what is your personal motivation?
The personal motivation, well, I think if you had a look at my LinkedIn profile, you notice that I am very passionate about young people, about migrant people. So that's my motivation. So that's why I also in the past I work with migrants, I work with young people, and now I'm coordinating a project with young people. In Bolivia I also work with teenage moms, with homeless children. So that's my motivation.
Thank you very much. Now I would like to collect one, maximum two questions for the audience, if they are. And while you think about the audience, I have one question for you. How many times you can deduct 1 from 10? Does somebody knows the answer? No? Nobody knows the answer. How many times you can deduct 1 from 10? It's a brain teaser. Yes. This was the right answer. You just can deduct it 1 time, because then you're already deducting 1 from 9. So you see, the economist is working. Okay, one question from the audience, please.
Yes. This question he addresses to the four of you, and it's a very short one. My point is, if you would think at your projects, what is the innovative point of your projects? Just maybe in one sentence or even one word. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for this question. So I would like to repeat it. What is the innovative part of your project? One full stop sentence.
Okay, so innovative part of our project is that we will explain young people that they can work not only, that they can look for a job not only with the, I mean, in the like range of the specialty that they got in university, but they can search for a wide range of specialties in which their skills will be in demand, and influence them to search for a job and to improve the economic situation in their country.
Thank you.
Currently, there is no similar entity in Armenia that will connect unemployed and an employer in a way efficient for both. That's what they innovative with this idea. That's why I called it the bridge, because this should serve as a bridge connecting both sides.
Thank you. Next one.
Right now,
the innovative thing is how do we charge for the services, and in the future will be the human factor that will be implemented in the collaboration between the freelancers and project creators.
Thank you.
I think for me would be to offer a comprehensive range of services to the most vulnerable groups of young people through supporting schools, the advice clinic, and the internship provision within a new sector that is the cooperative sector, so something alternative.
Thank you very much. One last question, maybe? No?
I have a question, please.
One question, please.
Yes, my name is Chandram, and I have a question for all of you. Do you think that governments of countries that you represent are doing enough to fight unemployment? And do you think that they are checking to find a solution to decrease the ratio of unemployment? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Again, one full stop sentence.
So, like, if the government is looking forward to improve the situation?
Yes.
For sure. I mean, we see the development in the government's speeches when they like present their program. They always have their accent on the problem of youth employment, and they, for sure, we believe that they want to improve the economic situation in this sphere.
Thank you. Next one.
I'm sure that government is interested in making their youth employed, but to which extent they succeeded, I can't state, because I don't know any project implemented by the government which is successful now. However, I think private sector as well can be interested in it.
Thanks a lot.
Government in Macedonia have one program of self-employment and gives grants, like it's like credits to it doesn't matter of the age of the people, for somebody who has an entrepreneurship idea to implement this idea, and it's grant that can be like how to say, you should bring back to the government after 3 years, I think. Yeah, it's 3,000 euros. Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
About the government of Spain and Catalonia, I think they are actually doing something, especially the government of Catalonia has grants available, and also they have like job centers, especially for young people. I don't think that is enough, and I also think that the civil society plays a key role. That's why I think the participation of schools and cooperatives is role in fighting for youth unemployment.
Thank you very much. This was a very now in detail discussion of these topics, and I would like our experts to give their feedback to these topics we have been discussing now.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Again, as I said, I think that you can really see all the effort that has been put into these projects. Let me start, as we've kind of proceeded at the beginning, from right to left. I think that I see the innovative part. Actually, I would see the innovative part in your project in the video approach. It's really the YouTube, the kind of reaching out to young people. It's really something which is extremely interesting and potentially working. As I said, in Germany there was this example, the person has actually made headlines in national newspapers. And I think you can do the same, but you need to be much more focused what you want to do and what exactly are the messages that you want to transmit. I think just broadly based on, okay, we kind of tried to target everybody to reform legislation in Spain. I think that's not going to work. Target your audience. To give us some examples, you could have actually used the 7 minutes just showing a video. That would have been a really cool idea, and you wouldn't have needed to kind of prepare yourself for anything, just show us the video. That, I think, would have been talked for itself. So I think that you need a bit more thinking about how to frame this project and how to put everything together, and I think it can actually fly if you spend a bit more time on putting these things together. Christina, your approach is certainly very interesting. I do think that, as I said before, I think that there's an issue of who actually can provide this type of services that you can deliver. I think that that's still not clear entirely to me, to what extent there is actually a market for the type of services that you want to offer. And you need to understand better, I guess, also on the side of the employers, how they're actually going to use your platform. I mean, I understand that there are potentially some employers that will use it, but again, even if you have a platform and they can tap into it, they might just look into profiles and say, okay, well, I have these vacancies, but actually they are not interested in hiring anybody, exactly from what Vladimir was saying, because the economic situation is not really in a state where they can actually offer to hire. Göran and Olivera, I think, as I said, I think your presentation was excellent, really something, congratulations to that. I think that you have a good idea, you have something that can move ahead. You still need to figure out how viable, how sustainable your project is, especially given the amount of money that you're asking. I do think that there's something behind. I think that if you target properly the audience, the type of creators that you want to attract to your platform, this can work. But you do have to face a lot of competition. There are a lot of people out there, and you have to be much clearer about who your potential competitors are in order to also find some strategies around it. You know, I mean, I think that, as I said, you need to find what's your competitive edge, provide maybe additional services to the platform itself. I think then you really can have this little extra that also will then make the payment method that you mentioned sustainable. And lastly, Chiara, I think that you have certainly something, you're onto something, especially the idea to kind of target a particular group of people. Again, I'm not convinced fully that the expertise is there. I think that's something that maybe it's just a question of presentation of the expertise that you have. Maybe it would be good also to give us a bit of more background of some of your collaborators. I think that would certainly help for us to better understand what's going on. But I guess the idea is there and something that could potentially work. Thank you very much.
And some final, maybe encouraging note. Listen, whatever happens next, whether you are successfully past this presentation and even nominated to be the best or not, one thing is for sure: if the creators, whether young or not that young, always listened to the opinion of the experts, I suppose the mankind already was finished. So just try, think, initiate, but you should remember that if you would like to get support from the others, you should come not to their level, but you should come to them with something they can understand and then can support. Because something you can do on your own, but something you need the support of the others. And in this case, whatever good you consider yourself, just step a little bit down to present something to those who is listening to you. That's it. Okay, success.
So from my side, just to continue, wish you you know, the energy and the passion to realize all your projects in the reality. That's all. Good luck.
Thank you very much for your feedback, and thank you very much for your presentation. Would you like to make a final statement? Yes?
I can offer, they have a brochure and flyers from Hit Lancers, so anyone who is interested to have a piece of those two stuffs can take it from, it's above the sound equipment near the stage.
Okay,
yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I would like to thank once again the Youth Time. It was my first experience here with Youth Time, and I'm very delighted with it. I hope it will have its continuation in the future. Thanks.
Thank you very much. So thank you very much to all of you. Now this was again a very intense session with question and answers and project presentations. Now I have